Not many people will remember the Pippin, a game console and a creation of Apple back in the 90s that went into oblivion before it could make any real impact. The production had huge potential because apart from its use for gaming, it could also provide users with a computer-like experience by acting as a communications platform, as well as handling multimedia content. However, a combination of several factors, which included strong competition from other established brands in the gaming world, led to its ultimate downfall. Continue watching this video as we take a closer look at what the Pippin was all about and what made it crash and burn within a short space of time. You see, back in the 80s, Steve Jobs quit as the chairman of Apple Computer after the internal tussle for power that took place within the company. He later returned to the company in 1997, but about 10 months before he did, Apple attempted to dominate the gaming world. To do this, it collaborated with Bandai, a Japanese toy and game company, and they began working on the game console, which they eventually named Pippin. Apple focused on software and internal components, while Bandai, on the other hand, designed the case and packaging and oversaw the marketing campaigns of the product. And so in 1996, after months invested in creating what was believed was a masterpiece, the Pippin was made available to the public. At this point, let's talk about its features. The Pippin was engineered to be based on the old Apple Macintosh of the early to mid-1990s. Specifically, it ran on Mac OS 7 or System 7, which was the main operating system of Apple computers back at the time. One of the several things that made Pippin unique and different was that Apple and Bandai built it in such a way that other companies could build their own custom systems on it. To make this possible, the Pippin did not have any inbuilt storage for games, and the operating system it used did not come pre-installed. Instead, all the necessary files and OS itself were made available on a CD-ROM game disc. The Pippin set itself apart from competitors by offering an exceptional feature. Its game discs were not region-restricted. This meant that you could purchase a game in the United States and play it on your Pippin in any part of the world without any issues. In addition to this, the Pippin was also well ahead of its time because it was the first game console to feature a built-in internet connection. But that's not all. The Pippin had several AV connections which could be used to connect it to standard TV. It even had a readily available VGA port which you could use to hook it up to a computer monitor. So, with all these capabilities and features, which was superior to those of its competitors like the PlayStation 1 and the N64, why exactly did the Pippin fail? The first and major reason why this happened was its price. Apple knew it had created a powerful product and for this, placed a high price tag on it. Each Pippin unit was sold for as high as $599, which is equivalent to more than $1,000 today. But not many were willing to buy the Pippin for such an amount, and due to how expensive it was, people preferred to opt for PlayStations and other established gaming brands which were selling for around $200 to $300. Apart from this, the majority of people who bought the Pippin complained about its controller, with most describing it as very uncomfortable to use. The controller, which was called the Applejack and was shaped very similar to a boomerang, featured a D-pad on the left part, while on the rightmost part were its four main buttons, and fitted right into the middle of the controller was a trackball mouse. The function of the trackball mouse was for the navigation of the game console interface. However, it proved very difficult to use for an extended period. In addition to the not-so-user-friendly controller, the Pippin had a limited number of games for its users. This was a huge blow because its competitors, on the other hand, had a much more extensive library of games to choose from. So it did not come as a surprise that in the 2 years that the Pippin spent on the market before being discontinued, Apple was able to sell only 42,000 units out of the 100,000 units that were reportedly made. PlayStation 1, in contrast, sold a total of 102 million units. Apple has over the years been known for its sleek and user-friendly products, but the Pippin was unfortunately a product that missed the mark in every aspect. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more videos on dead technology and learn why it got killed.